This is how Christian obedience happens. You know what God desires, you know what pleases him, you know what his word says, and you submit to it. And that's what you saw in real time as you could even see her pausing. And I think a part of the pausing is, do I mean what I'm about to say? And she said it, I forgive him. And it was a powerful, powerful moment. Now contrast that with what the president said, which is, I hate my opponents.
Yeah.
And strangely, Josh, and I don't know that our audience will fully understand what I mean by this, that was strangely refreshing also. And here's what I mean by that. Exactly. So let me explain.
Okay,
Here's what I mean by that. I think what gets in the way of God's genuine work in people's lives is a facade. I think what gets in the way of the Lord really doing a work in a person's life is when they're willing to settle for the face of something instead of the reality of something. One of the things you got to say about President Trump, he is pretty much just who he is.
Yeah.
And I find that refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
I pray for him. I pray the Lord would save him.
Sure.
He clearly is not a believer.
Right.
And we pray that the Lord would save him. And I think a part of the Lord saving him would require him being honest about what is in his heart. And so for him to say, I hate my enemies, that's who he is. That's where he's at. That's true. I know someone who can change that heart. We know someone who will change his heart if the Lord so wills and if President Trump would turn to Christ. And so he turns us from people who are hateful at our very core to people who know now the love of God and love others in a way that is supernatural, as Erica Kirk demonstrated by her forgiveness.